I'm not convinced that we need to have every status in that. I think it could potentially be a little bit more bolder to go, if it's received, it's received. If it's in lab work, do we just need to show what the current, because if you really want to drill down, and this is just a really snapshot. It's in lab work at extra, and it's pending for, and it's still in progress in reporting, right? I don't need the detail of it. The detail is down in the section below. So that, I wonder if that request status could be a lot simpler and a bit more bigger. So it's really, I don't really have to look at it very hard. It's leading me to go look at more information. Not sure that we need different stages within each of those for just potentially a changing status of where it's at. So from in progress, pending, in progress, or complete. Or whatever the ones we're going to give you. So not ticking one off, showing the next one pending, just showing what it is.
And can we also reuse the icons and the color coding that we have for the 3 different status?
I think so.
Like the icons for pending, I think is something.
Yeah, if they match from the dashboard, we should try and match them up.
So, Colin, does it mean that you only want to have like the 4 stage, not the sub-level stage in each of the stage here?
Yes, correct. And we would then show, we will need to give you, and I don't think we've quite finalised that, what the stages are at each stage. So because it might be more than pending, in progress, and complete. And we also we actually thought about having a 4th status, remember, lab work extra, when we were playing around? Yeah, so here, just specimen receipts, either pending or completed. Lab work, let me just circle back a bit. With lab work, we have, lab work is, it is pretty binary. It is pending, it's in progress, or complete. The problem with lab work is it can start again. As we discussed yesterday, the pathologist can request extra lab work. So we wondered, when I was talking to Zoe, if it's worth separating in the process, because extra lab work is really, really normal, and it's probably the majority, it's probably 50-50 in cases to get extra lab work. So is it worth having a step that is extra lab work? Because then you can say you've finished routine lab work, but extra lab work is pending. That would make, so for me, that makes more sense to see reporting is in progress and extra lab work is in progress, because then you're really clear on why reporting, is in progress. Whereas if it was just lab work in progress, you go, how come lab works? Why is reporting started? It gives us the details. So that's what I was thinking. Just receipt, lab work, extra lab work, reporting. And I don't want to go through pending and complete as sub-statuses. I just want to show that icon as I'm in progress. And then once it's complete, it changes and it just says complete. Quite bold, quite visual. Extra lab work could be greyed out until there is extra lab work ordered, and then because not everything gets extra lab work, so
do a false.
You don't need to show it if it could be even dynamic, that it doesn't even exist until extra lab work's ordered, and then that 4th one pops into the tree, right? That's probably if you want to take a screenshot of that, that's probably what we're thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think I understand it. So we'll have like 4 steps fix, which is receive, lab work, reporting, and sign out. And maybe we're gonna have another stage for extra lab work, and extra lab work might be dynamic.
Yeah. So sign out. Have sign out as a status of reporting. I don't think we need an extra. Go back to the screen. Yeah, I don't think we need an extra status of sign out. I think sign out is part of reporting. Because reporting can be completed but not signed out. So it can just say, yeah, pending sign out or sign out. It's saying where it is really, which is it's in sign out. So then we can keep it to 3, and then the times where there is extra lab work ordered, it changes to 4.
Okay. So I want to ask, like, in each of the stage, what information that you think that you want to have here? So for example, I have the start and completed date and time here for each stage. So what do you think the information that you need here?
I think we should start with this being very, very simplistic, because you want to go and see when it was received, go down to the lower levels, go into the history, you can do all that somewhere else. So this can be just, I would put nothing at the beginning.
Okay.
And then we can get some feedback from people to see if they go, oh, it'd be great if we knew the time was there. So let's put less first, and then if people ask, then we can consider. If they say nothing about it, then good, we don't need to put it there.
So extra lab work won't show up as a stage. It only appears when it
only appears if extra lab work is ordered, and it would slot in between lab work and reporting.
You've got received and specific received down here. The specific received, what terminology? Consistent or?
Yes. What do we put in that? Specimen receipt. I think we should stick with specimen receipt. And then it can be again pending and completed. But yeah, I think that's quite a nice little spot to have it there just on the side like that. I think that fits in quite nicely.
Okay.
And it doesn't sort of impact vertical height, which is always what we want to protect. So yeah, I think that's okay. Good.
So for specimen receive, lab work, and extra lab work, we have the same CAP status with the dashboard, pending, in progress, and completed. But only for reporting, we have more
Yes.
than these 3 status.
Yes.
Okay, so I think maybe I need to add like more way to visualize these CAP status for this reporting. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I only want to show one status at a time. Like under reporting, should only say we're only displaying where it is, so it only needs to be the one status displayed at any one time. Does that make sense?
No. So if you're in lab work at CAP, or lab work, for example, you don't want to see reporting, or you do want to see?
No, but I don't think we need to, in the lab work example there, I don't think we need to see cut up, done, so lab work pending, screening pending. You just see, you would see lab work in progress. Okay.
And then reporting, what do you expect to see under reporting?
I would see if it hasn't started, it would say pending. Okay. If it was started, it would say in progress.
The first status of each section.
Pending. Yeah.
But you described it as like you only see lab work, no reporting.
Yeah.
Talk you there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have the opportunity to make those icons, much bigger.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even mind if they, if you want to be a bit creative, they don't have to be the same icons as. No, it doesn't have to be, because it's a little bit different. I mean, if they are the same, all good and well, but if it makes sense to be something else because it helps visualize in a better way, let's be open to that. If it makes sense to keep them matching, then happy days.
We use the same icons all the time.
For
in progress, received.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. Then I guess probably it makes sense.
It becomes more of a status thing.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, do you need the icon here? This is the other bit.
Yeah, I did a little bit of random testing on that, and the
uppercase lock.
No, just on icons, where the icons attribute, and so completely outside of lab people, and no, those icons are really good.
My only concern is when you get that generic search going, we've got black and red, green, and grey, all of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No. And the other thing we had to tidy up, Zoe, was at what stage was so go back to the first example, that's probably the best one. So we had pot, and then we had block. So a block can only be
Okay.
Yeah, and we had the slides have to be cut. Yeah, okay. No, I think that's right.
Stage looks quite standard.
Yeah, what was stage? I don't know where that came from.
Oh, sorry. There, yeah.
Yeah, but the slides are just
Yeah.
So my question to Zoe this morning when I was looking at this, I said, when you call this up, what's your default? Is it just pot? Or are we auto-expanding the first one? Or what's our initial, because this is obviously showing from the start, but what's our initial way when we come into this?
Collapsed or open.
Yeah.
I think we should have an easy way to open all, collapse all.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go through, because
What would you think is, so it would just be 3 pot lines?
Yeah. I'd probably default it collapsed.
And then so you want to, like you said, and expand all or collapse
Expand all, collapse all, yeah.
Because this one's kind of showing
Yeah.
shoot things down from the initial landing.
Yeah.
So the landing will just show this line.
The pot.
Pot.
3 pots. Yeah. And then you'd do an expand all, collapse all, or expand, collapse all, do whatever.
Makes sense.
To start drilling down. Yeah.
And then scroll down again. So then this is our history. Do you think that our history should be in our standard table? Because then...
Yeah, just continue. Yeah.
Filter. Yeah.
What's our target screen resolution for this? Will it, like, are we going to see?
No, we'll have a scroll.
Okay.
Lots of scrolling.
Yeah, this is a scroll down. So, history, and the other thing we could consider is that history is in the sidebar.
Yeah, so I'm considering that. Yeah, okay, let me set my screen for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Just so we don't get too long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You kind of want to condense rather than 500 rows.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is when we open the sidebar. So this is the history. The design of the history from the last meeting. So Yeah, so I think we need to make this consistent. Like both of them need to be in a table format.
As we just saw in Confluence, if you went, because again, history's only if you need it, right? So for me, having it in the main overall screen is like 90% of the time I couldn't care less about the history, but I'm forcing it on users. So I like it in the sidebar, but the sidebar needs to do, I think we should be being clever. Like sometimes you just want history, and this is going to potentially go through. Sometimes you want history on an individual thing. I want history on slide 3 from block 1 from pot 2. So I should be able to click on that, and it should just give me the history related to that item. I also should be able to get the full history. If we went in the sidebar and we were able to do that from the sidebar somehow, Confluence was quite clever in it had a pop out against the history button where you just load, it just pops up a whole page of the full history, and then you can be in the table view, and then you can sort, and then you can filter, and then you can do whatever the hell you like with the history to find what you want. Why do we need to? I don't think we need to fill a screen with noise, which history is noise and bulky and busy.
And having two histories as well.
We
just have one history.
Yeah,
and then, like you said, filtering.
If you want to filter, if the history is not clear enough, or you can't find what you need in the sidebar history, hit the little pop-out button, and then you get your full screen table, like Confluence does, which you can close and you go back to where you were.
The only thing with pop-out though is we need to make sure we change to another request. We sync or close it or do something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've got history for one still on another tab.
Well, it's not really another tab. Confluence didn't open another tab. Confluence opened it over the window, right? So you're not opening another window. You actually.
But then you need to get back to here.
Yeah. So you need to be able to have a little X to close it, so you're back to there.
Yeah.
And if you close the browser, you just close the whole thing. So I think, let's have a look at that Confluence pop-out concept. I think that's probably maybe a.
I'm trying to open it. Do you see my screen?
No, you have to stop and start again.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Because I'm trying to see the history of Confluence.
Well, it's not necessarily history. It was just a.
So click on the little note icon.
This one.
Oh, no. The floating thing.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Right. There's a little note, the first icon, top one. Yep, click on that.
Which
top
one?
The top one.
Top one comment.
Yep.
And see. Okay. So that's comments, and then.
No, don't do the comment. Close that. Pick a different one. Close that one. And do that information. Do the help, the I, yeah. Now pop out
Views.
the views.
Yeah, so there's 12, and then there's a little pop-out arrow icon.
View.
Yeah, that one. So that opens a brand new.
So that would open our complete history.
Whatever it is.
Right? Now, then if you just click on the dashboard terminology breadcrumb at the top, that takes us back to where we were. So I don't think that's too intuitive, that breadcrumb. I think we should put an X in the top right-hand corner of the screen and close it, right? Nice and easy. Like it doesn't load our screen with information that's not necessary 90% of the time, but gives you access to it in as much detail as your heart is content. And then we could say, well, we use a normal table view that's, we've already built a table, a list view, is it the same sort of thing, just that you could then sort columns. It just doesn't have the.
Do we call this the fourth view, or this is gonna be a separate window?
However,
It depends how they code it. You could probably do it as another tab in the current window, in the browser window.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's just a matter of, by doing this, you kind of got to exit to get back to your request. Where if you have multiple tabs open, you then got to
yeah, and we deliberately want this to be you have to
Be in sync with
X
the
this to get back to your untap because you've opened something from the side drawer. What's your thoughts about that, Han?
Actually, I think we can assess this. Okay, so think about this. We can have the history of the material in the drawer, and then we pop out it. It's more like it can be like a full page, right? Like a history page from maybe Chrome. And we can.
I don't want to go into another. I don't want to go into another browser tab. It's probably actually just like a full screen pop-up, isn't it? Is that what it actually is?
Yeah. Kind of wondering.
I don't know what that, or how Confluence did it then. But yeah, have a think about what that is.
It's like a dialogue.
Yeah.
A full screen dialogue.
Full screen dialogue.
Yeah.
I have one other question. So at the moment that your sidebar concept, how do we access that? By clicking on one of the pots or the materials, the slides or the pots or something like that, right?
Yes.
Double click on it to open the site. Okay, so then we are, and then that sidebar is going to give us additional information about whatever I clicked on.
Yes.
The pot, the slide, the cassette, yada yada. Good. So then the history then should reflect what we've clicked, so that the history should be the history should be just the slide or the pot or whatever I've clicked. We then you probably then need to have a way of going, now I just want my slide history in the full screen dialogue, or I want the case history in the full screen dialogue.
Probably want to select that before you go into it.
Well, no, because I might just want to find extra information about my slide. So I'm looking, so there's my slide history already pre-populated, but now I go, oh shit. So why not? Why shouldn't I be able to have a full history button available, or continue with my slide history button? How would I get to my full?
Need to see this at the same time as looking at the audit. Because if you need to see kind of the pot and slide and blocks and all that, and the audit, you need to go split, like start. But if they can be separately viewed without having to go backwards and forwards between the two to find data, you'll be okay.
Good question. So that's something that we're going to have to ask, because I don't know. So
because if you're trying to troubleshoot and you're just looking at this, and it's a pot, and then I'm like, oh shit, I need to go into the audit. I then got to go to another screen and look at it.
I click on my pot.
Back,
well, I click on my pot and I get it in the side drawer.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, okay, need full history, and then you got that whole screen. Oh, what was that again? You go close that, go back. Yeah.
Can you? Okay, so interesting.
So it's the only thing is, if you do need to compare both, we need to do split.
If it's a full screen pop out dialogue, you should be able to drag it.
Yeah.
So why don't we
resize it and drag it?
Why don't we just do it as that? Use the Confluence concept of that pop out, because I think that's clever. But we just do it as a full dialogue and move it around.
Then you
shrink
can compare.
it. Then you can compare if you want. If you don't want to, you just leave it in full screen.
And I mean, if we find that as part of the prototype, then they don't want to compare data, just put it as a full screen.
Yeah. Well, you probably, I'd say do it as a full screen to start off with, and they can shift it if they want. Because you're right. Maybe they do want to see that stuff.
Depends what you're troubleshooting.
Yeah, exactly. Sound okay, Han?
Yeah, so so we're talking about the concept where we have a pop-up full screen for troubleshooting. I just want to ask, like, what do you think if we have that ability to see the full history inside of this drawer?
Just
If
stop
either
and
one.
start again. Are you sharing? Are you moving things around?
Okay.
Because your mouse has just stayed still. Just stop and start again.
Okay.
You have to just never stop moving your mouse.
Avoid it.
So just say that again.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask, like, what you're thinking about if we can have the ability to see the full history inside
Inside.
this drawer.
I guess my challenge is that I've clicked on something to open the side drawer. So the side drawer should reflect what I have clicked. I think we don't make a decision on that yet. That's something that we will ask in the feedback, because I could imagine that I click on the slide and the history actually that I want is from that pot right the way down. But I'm not interested in pot 2. But maybe they don't. Maybe they just want this history of the slide. So I think that's something that we're going to have to ask. But once we get into our pop-out full history, we're going to have to somehow make it relatively easy that they can see what they're after in a mess of history. But that's
filtering.
Yeah. So how do we in that even if you just think about that grid view that you were showing before in the main window, how can they potentially filter that to find what they want? Yeah, because you do get cases that can have potentially 50 pots.
Yeah.
So you imagine the history. How are you then you're gonna? I mean, I like the idea of just being able to find the pot that you're interested in and click it here, and then you can get the history. So that's somewhat filtering if you want. So we may be able to keep it simple. Just don't know yet.
How do you get them request history overall?
Well, that's exactly the right question. In the sidebar at the moment.
Because you've only got pot.
Yeah.
You don't have the top.
No. That's what I was saying. Do you need in the history? In the history, do you need a little button to just go full?
You probably need
Request.
another layer in the grid to say
Request.
then pot, then block, then slide.
Yeah.
And then you click on the top one to get that history, you click on a pot to get whatever.
That could be quite.
And if that filters you straight away.
Yeah. That could be. It could be quite. Yeah. Or is there? Or if you want full history, do you click somewhere else? Not in that grid. That grid's component. So if you want to open the sidebar, should you be able to open the sidebar from one of the other panels, which is the request level?
So where are we?
This is in the lower area.
This is what we're just in lab work, or you want?
This is lab focused at the moment.
So would I get the history for specimen receipt?
Yes, because we're considering that as lab work. And
so once I get to reporting, I'm going to get
nothing.
everything.
Once you get to reporting, at the moment we're not getting reporting. Yeah, good question. I wonder if you might just want to stop and start again, Han.
Depends what you want to have on a slice and dice and stuff.
Yeah, because at some stage I think that tree will have to continue on into reporting once we do it. So you scroll right to the top.
Okay.
West.
Yeah. So if you just scroll right to the top, Could you access a history from the request status, from the workflow over there? If I click on lab work, I get lab work history, or that if I somehow you get that's how you get your full history.
Well, or you take it into like an export function. Do a history that way.
Or if you want your full history, you've got your little history pop out there as well, and that just opens up your pop up for full, because you always, if you're going to look at full, you're probably
I want to read that
full
yeah.
screen. It is still I was just thinking your idea of having a request in the materials, but then it's not really materials, is it?
No, but it's one way, because that's up here.
Let's leave it, and we when we sort of test this with users around history.
Ask them how would you expect to do the history?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that's good. I do wonder if some of our headings are a little bit small.
Sorry, which heading?
All of them, like general information, request details, request status, material. I think we've got the space in here to make these a little bit more pop out, a bit more.
Okay.
You get a lot of it's really interesting. We do demographics of people in labs. They are generally old females. However, funnily enough, when Europe did their discovery, they came back with 20s, in their 20s app users, and I was sitting there going, "Are you serious?"
Because they were quite surprised when I tested it in house and fed it back.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Yeah. So our target market is, and it is different in different countries. In the developing countries, you do get a lot more younger people in labs. In countries where labour's cheap, you tend to have a lot more people. In Australia and New Zealand, for example, labour's expensive. It's not particularly well paid, so it's you tend to have, the demographic is 50-plus-year-old females. Well, it is. And the feedback is I can't read it.
and especially grey on grey.
Yeah,
Okay.
grey on grey often gets you get.
Yelled at.
Yeah, exactly. So just keep that in mind, I guess, that we, even like with the request number, urgent, in progress, overdue, all that sort of stuff, we don't need to make things tiny. Don't need to go overboard, but we've got space, but use it to make details stand out.
So I have a question regarding about that. So before this one, I have a design for the test section in the Orangey, and in there I put I use the 16px font size, and I think I have a feedback about that font size is big, so from that I used 14 pixel font size. So in here I use 40 pixel too, but do you think that this 40 pixel is small?
Which is 14? General information, is that 14?
Yeah, all of this zero information is 14.
I think our default is 16, but I think with the specimens, it was a different font size from test, and I think that's why we picked it up. I have to have a look at the style guide, but I think 16 was a default for all text.
But not the details, like anatomical site.
No, everything's, was I normal label text
Label
was
text.
16
Yeah,
from
okay.
memory. Because remember, they've got heaps of room on a IBD kind of monitor. And
Yeah. So
we've got lots of data, so we've shrunk it down a little bit.
Yes, but here where we've got like the patient details, request details, patient details, clinical details.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space.
Yeah.
And we're not space short necessarily.
So in order entry, the patient details we've made bold and bigger. You can redo some of that. That big blue banner. Yeah, stand out a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, just I guess have a think about that. I mean, we don't need to finalise that now. Again, I don't want to. We don't need this to be perfect at this stage. We just want it in a way that we can show people and get feedback on the ideas.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
And I'll be away next week for both the design meetings on Monday and Wednesday.
That's right, I'll be around.
Yeah.
Oh, you won't be
taking a
around.
holiday Monday.
Oh yeah, Monday. No, Monday won't be around.
Monday we've got a public holiday in New Zealand. Wednesday I'm also late. So
Yeah,
it's for you.
so just be me.
Oh, okay.
That's you and me, Han.
Out of
Let's
control.
wreak havoc.
All sorts of designs.
So when we have this design test by the lab user.
We have to plan that, but I don't have. So we have made a decision that we don't need to launch the case view by the end of March. Our launch is the dashboard and the list, and so we're prioritising. Because you already started this, we just want to keep going to a point where we test it, because it's actually this is stuff we're now getting into the areas that we need to test, whereas the dashboard and stuff we were sort of pretty, and a list is a list. So this we need to get feedback. So yeah, we can then start on the other priorities.
Okay, so I guess after I finish this design, I would need to have another requirement for another task. Yeah.
Okay, can you call up the AHA link?
So, because
Well, if we're
that's what we were trying to figure out the other day.
Okay.
Because I'm just finishing up auditing at the moment.
hang on, we're just calling up. Zoe's just going to share the.
Okay.
And you should have access to this as well.
Zoe, so do you share screen?
Share screen.
Yeah.
Here is it.
Yeah, but yep.
Oh, that's
And if you filter that by, if you go filter by, yep, that, and scroll down to evolve. Oh, yeah, got it.
The talking with it refresh.
Evolve and design.
Yep.
Yep. And click on the blue banner. Refresh. Might just want that. Yep. So this is sort of our planning, if you like. So obviously dashboard's done, list view we're just about finished. What's left in the order entry MMP?
Well, we've got that doctor address one. I'm sure we've got that. Hans did some initial designs. Auditing I'm still going through.
So case view, so you can see case view I've split into two designs because we will get feedback. So the next bit really then is AP, which actually wouldn't be a bad thing to get onto.
No.
Go down a bit. It's our AP order entry variation is the next priority.
So you probably need to give Hans an overview. Look at
Yeah.
what we've got currently.
Yeah, maybe we can do that on How many? When do you think you're going to be looking for work?
I think it's about next week.
Okay. So maybe, but let's use our Wednesday when Zoe and Darren are not here. Let's use Wednesday to give you an overview of the AP order entry, what we need there.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Testing screens together
for
order entry, AP order entry.
yeah, well that's that AP order entry.
Yeah. But have you got some screens that you show?
Yeah. I think have you shared the
Which one?
the AP order entry screen? Is that in the Confluence page anyway? Oh, sorry, in the Figma. I think don't we haven't we dumped some of that stuff into Figma already?
AP order entry.
Just a routine AP's receipt and order or the current page. Plus, I did a couple of mock-ups.
I think they're in the playground. Order entry playground. Well, we have to like this. Saying we need to get you organised.
Do you want to create another space? Whichever. The other thing, did you talk to Darren about wanting to split things out?
Yeah, so
More
so about that, I think we have 2 files for Orangey and AP for now, but I think we keep having more and more designs. So I wish we can have like more file for the new design.
And Han can't create them.
Ah,
No.
Yeah, so for now I don't have the permission to create more files. Yeah.
I need to create them actually though.
We were there. I don't know.
Okay.
So maybe just create some files called Han1, Han2, Han3, and
We'll just rename them.
then you
Yeah.
can Han can reuse them as she wants.
Yeah. That's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And that might then hopefully that decreases the size of the file, which improves performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could put like auditing out. Yeah. Okay. I'll just have a play around with it.
Yeah.
And check that all moves the old order entry stuff that we were playing with us here.
Yeah.
And we can just go through what we want to do and the
Yep.
change of workflow.
Okay, so yeah, let's focus on. So we'll do a bit of an intro on Wednesday, Han, to the AP. So order entry 1.2, which is focused on AP. So we're building a variation to the current order entry screen to focus on AP. And we will do our first receipt screen,
That will lead into the receipt.
which will be based very much on the our current list screens that we're building, because it's essentially going to be a list.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. See you on Wednesday, right?
Yep. All right.
Yeah. See you. Bye. Thank you.